Hello. This past summer, in preparation for a hiking and river rafting trip, I knew it was going to be necessary for me to stop and clip my toenails so that my hiking shoes and my river shoes fit properly. Now, this has always been an unpleasant task for the past 10 years. About 10 years ago, I tripped and in succession stubbed both toes pretty badly to the point that both toenails were cracked all the way down the middle, as well as they turned black. In 2005, I was getting a pedicure, and the manicurist said something to me about them and said, "Well, I think that they're dead." The day before we left on our trip, I was in church, the Christian Science Church. As I walked through the Sunday school, I looked up on the wall and saw a statement I had read many, many times from Luke. And Jesus tells us, "The kingdom of God is within you." Now, that particular day, I glanced at it, but something told me to stop. I stopped and I read it again. And I cannot tell you the feeling that came over me. I knew the kingdom of God was within me. I felt it within my entire body. I just stood and stared. I knew that I was being told something. I didn't know what, but I knew I had to hang on to that statement. I hung on to it for the rest of the day. It came to me probably every 30 minutes throughout the day. The next day we left on our trip, and I kept it with me as well as bringing all my books along. But that statement stayed with me throughout the whole trip, and we were gone for 3 weeks. When we returned, when I woke up the first morning after the trip, as I rolled out of bed, my toenails were dragging on the bed sheets. And I thought, oh, I've got to trim those toenails again. I'll do it right after my shower. So after the shower, I bent down with the clippers and I looked and I put my foot up and I was astounded. Both toenails were totally round. They had turned pink. The splits were gone and they were no longer black. I just stood up and recognized that the kingdom of God was within me. I never once thought about my toenails on the whole trip. It never occurred to me to even worry about them. I am so grateful for Christian Science. It opens up the doors of our thinking. It enables us to accept the truth as it comes to us. It makes it practical and it heals us.